Welcome to Have I Got News for You? I'm Roy Wood Jr. In the news this week. Theaters empty after someone sets off an alarm. Canada finally has had enough of America's nonsense. ICE applicant forgot to study for entrance exam.
I know what real cops do. Real cops would do real cop stuff.
On Amber's team tonight, you've seen her on CNN, ABC, MS Now, and she's the co-founder of the Seneca Project, a bipartisan super PAC focused on female voters, assuming that voting is still a thing by the time we're done taping. It's Tara Setmayer. And joining Michael, you've seen him on The Tonight Show, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and Netflix. His new stand-up tour, With All Due Disrespect, is currently crossing the country. He'll be selling shirts and stickers in the lobby. It's Nimesh Patel. Thank you. Now for the biggest stories of the week. Everyone watch the clip. Tell me, what's the story?
Okay, the story is protest. We want ICE out now, but ICE says we want in. And then justice for Alex Preddy. This seems to me that this story is about ICE being absolutely out of control.
The story is Minnesota. The state is in mourning, but while Republicans are divided, the residents of Minnesota are united. And yet, as the Minnesotans brave the cold to protect their neighbors, somehow their attitudes remain impeccable.
How long will you stay out here?
Till my balls get cold.
Well, unlike Republicans, at least he has balls.
Now,
If I may, also Democrats.
while Minnesotans are also showing us what they're made of, unfortunately, so is everyone else. After the unprovoked Border Patrol shooting of an ICU nurse, Alex Preddy, last weekend, MAGA supporters have been tying themselves into knots on how they could blame him. How have ICE apologists tried to turn the victim into the villain?
11 days earlier, he had kicked a car, and that's good enough for them.
They called him a domestic terrorist off the top, so I
Very
guess...
offensive to terrorists, by the way.
Right, right, exactly.
MAGA supporters have come up with countless stories to try and make Alex Preddy a villain. As many of you know, Alex was holding a phone in his hand when he was shot, and he was already complying and on the ground. And according to Newsmax's Greg Kelly, that was the problem.
I want to show you something. Does that look like a gun? I think it does a little bit. It's a phone. It's black, like most phones. That's crazy stuff.
Whoa, whoa. I am so embarrassed for that man. That's somebody's husband. It's probably someone's dad. It's him, and it's like 7 people in a room, and they're like, how can we best dick ride for this president?
Amber, I am warning you.
I'm sorry. Well,
Now, Kelly didn't stop there. He continued the victim blaming and took it even further on Tuesday. He tweeted, quote, "Just because you're a nurse doesn't mean you're automatically a great person." On the left is Nurse Ratched from the Cuckoo Clock movie. Very nasty. As of now, we don't know the personality of Alex.
What's so funny about that statement is we do know what his personality is because we had person after person after person testify to what a great human being he was. And we saw the video of him eulogizing one of his patients. We know exactly who he was, and he wasn't a shameful, sycophantic fuck like Greg Kelly.
How do you think Donald Trump responded to all of the news coming out of Minneapolis?
He tore down the West Wing of the White House?
Trump did what he did with everything else that's happened over the years. He made it about himself.
Bottom line, it was terrible. Both of them were terrible. The other was terrible, too. And I'm not sure about his parents, but I know her parents were big Trump fans. Makes me feel bad anyway. But, I mean, I guess you could say even worse. They were tremendous Trump people, Trump fans.
If you told him a rabbit ferret had 2 Trump voting parents, he would still defend the ferret. Well, it's a good ferret. His parents were Trump fans. Also, it's important to point out that Alex Peretti and Renee Good are just 2 out of at least 8 people who have been either killed by federal agents or died in ICE custody so far this year, just in 2026. So, panel, what kind of accountability needs to be happening?
Jail time.
ICE needs to be disbanded. DHS needs to have their funding drastically cut. Prosecutions have to happen for the ICE agents and DHS agents who are out of control in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and around the rest of the country. What will happen is nothing.
Okay.
You mad at me?
We need to know the names, not just Jonathan Ross, but the other guy that pulled the trigger on Alex Peretti, so that we can ensure that they never, ever get laid ever again, because we know that that's not, they'll never fucking ever again, right?
There absolutely needs to be accountability legally through our legal system, as long as we still have one for these people. You can't just get away with taking people's lives because you're angry. The American people need to realize that no one is safe, and if you want things to change, stay in the streets. Silence is not an option, and vote these bastards out of office so there can be real accountability.
Well, from the accountability department, we have a little bit of good news, if you can call it that. After days of backlash, government is finally doing the bare minimum. The agents who fired the shots have been placed on administrative leave. Isn't that how it always feels when you hear administrative leave? It's like, oh.
They got a check for killing somebody.
And still ain't got to go to work.
Right.
I keep hoping this show will put me on administrative leave. Just get to go home.
You have to work 1 day a week, Michael.
We also have a podcast. Have I got news for you?
Now,
New episodes every Wednesday.
2 Republicans have called for administration members to step down. Senator Lisa Murkowski called for Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem's resignation. And Senator Thom Tillis went off on both Noem and Stephen Miller.
If Noem looks at her body of work, I could not be. If I were in her position, I can't think of any point of pride over the last year. Amateurish, assistant manager sort of thought process is going into somebody who's a secretary in a cabinet level position. Stephen Miller never fails to live up to my expectations of incompetence. I can tell you, if I were president, neither one of them would be in Washington right now.
Would Thom Tillis like to be a guest on Have I Got News for You?
Well, then you can ask him why he voted for her.
I know that's right. How dare you show up on TV and be like, she's a bitch, I hate her, she's so dumb. Bitch, that's on you.
You voted for her.
Tom, you won't be on Amber's team.
Question to the panel. How did the president respond to Thom Tillis and Lisa Murkowski's gentle suggestion?
Called him a great representative for the American people.
I'm gonna guess low IQ person.
No, they're
he's
not
white.
black.
Yeah, he's
That's right.
In response to the 2 Republicans who dared to speak out to some of the mismanagement, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Well, they're both losers." And then, just a short time later, a reporter tattletaled right back to Tillis what Trump said.
The president called you a loser, I believe.
I am thrilled about that. That makes me qualified to be Homeland Security Secretary and Senior Advisor to the President.
Make me qualified.
That was beautiful. You know what? I take back everything I said. He's my best friend, and he always has been.
Now, as approval ratings plummet and Americans' distrust of the government grows, there's one question on everybody's mind. Who's to blame for all of this?
Immigrants. If immigrants weren't so successful, these white people joining ICE wouldn't be so upset, terrorizing Minneapolis. So immigrants, we got to stop being so good at being American. Really what it is. Our only solution.
There's plenty of blame to go around. Democrats are blaming Kristi Noem, and Kristi Noem is blaming Stephen Miller. And wait, if you find all of that confusing, don't worry. John Berman here at CNN got you covered.
I put together a little flow chart based on your reporting here of who is being blamed and how inside the White House and inside the administration. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is blaming Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller appears to be blaming Customs and Border Protection. Do I have that correct?
I mean, generally.
One thing couldn't be clearer, though. Members of the administration are turning on one another, but so far, only one of them actually seems to be experiencing any consequences. Any idea who that is?
I know that they took Greg Bovino and they packed him in a little box and sent him home. Is that what you're talking about?
Points.
All
That
right.
is the person who's paying the price. It is Greg Bovino, seen here right before raiding Anne Frank's house.
You think he gets to keep the coat?
You gotta keep that coat, baby. That's drip right there, baby. That's that 1940s military drip, right?
Well, 1940s German military.
Yeah. Bovino has been the face of ICE operations in Minneapolis. He's even been recognized around town by some of his fans.
Hey fam, I was in Minneapolis and look, we just stumbled upon Greg Bovino at a fucking Speedway for a pre-Hague photo shoot. So, good for him, I guess. For those following along at home, I have nothing against short men, but I do just have to report back there is about a 4-inch height difference. Do you want to get closer so they can see? Greg, you're standing right there in front of me, but to everyone following along at home, I hope you fucking eat shit. I hope this keeps you up at night for the rest of your life, and no one fucking wants you here.
I'm just imagining like an in memoriam thing after that. Like,
Minnesota people, she had on a jean jacket. It was 5 degrees.
And she was going into Speedway to get an icy on top of it.
But Bovino served a purpose. The administration needed a scapegoat, so they picked a guy who looked like one. This week, Bovino was removed from his role as Border Patrol Commander at Large and will reportedly be returning to California to spend more time with his families. But getting Bovino out of there is just the beginning. Question: who is replacing Greg Bovino?
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Who is it? No, I hate it here.
Human kava bag Tom Homan.
No.
Points.
Yep.
It is Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, seen here getting to Minneapolis just as fast as he can.
Faster, Muggsy.
Okay, boss. As soon as Homan got to Minneapolis, had a little press conference and made it perfectly clear who the real victims are in the midst of all that's going on. The real victims, according to Tom Homan, the ICE agents.
Day after day, can't eat in restaurants, day after day, having people spit on you and blow whistles at you, day after day, having all these threats at you, day after day, having people trying to interfere with you, day after day, they're human.
Yeah, day after day, invading people's homes, day after day, raiding daycares, day after day, deporting 5-year-olds, day after day, and I can't eat at a restaurant. Sorry, get it fucking to go.
if I was an ICE agent, I would be afraid to eat in any. I would have to bring all my food from wherever I work, because there's no way they're not spitting in the food. That's all spit.
It's all spit.
They're
It's
just
so
eating.
much spit.
Saliva is the gentlest thing they're putting in the food.
Mr. Ice Agent, I shit in your pie.
I don't even know.
That's it. Oh, that's the help, baby. But there was one small piece of news buried in Homan's speech. He said that his, quote, main focus is drawdown, which sounds like great news. The question, what's the problem with Tom Homan's idea of drawdown?
I think that Tom Homan needs to worry about drawing down the marbles out of his mouth, because did you understand a word that this mush mouth said? You actually had to put up subtitles. Hey, what is that? I'm just saying. Right.
Homan says there's going to be a drawdown, and they catch up with Trump at the Thursday night premiere of Melania's documentary, and Trump had this to say about a drawdown.
Will you be pulling back immigration enforcement agents out of Minnesota?
We want to keep our country safe. We'll do whatever we can to keep our country safe.
So you're not pulling back?
No, not at all.
So, believe it or not, Melania's documentary wasn't the only news going on that night, because by Friday morning, reporters had to break news about their own former colleague.
Former CNN anchor and a former colleague of mine and friend, Don Lemon, has been taken into custody by federal agents.
So now here's the basics. Don Lemon covered a protest at a church in Minneapolis, and afterwards, the feds tried to charge him with a crime, saying he was an aggressor, but it didn't go great.
5 different judges reviewed the evidence against Don Lemon. A magistrate judge who said no, a district court judge who happens to be the chief judge of that district who said no, and 3 appellate judges in the 8th Circuit said no.
And in a post on Friday, Attorney General Pam Bondi said that the arrests were made at her direction.
You know how it is, Mike, when you ask your mama if you can arrest Don Lemon, she say no. Then you ask your daddy, can I arrest Don Lemon? He say no. Then you ask your grandmama.
Then you just ask Pamela Joe. She'd be like, yeah, we'll arrest Don Lemon for you, absolutely.
How did government officials react to the news of the arrest?
They said America's finally safe.
Wasn't he literally covering the Grammy Awards when he got arrested?
Yeah, yeah, covering the Grammys.
Yeah, he's a bad bunny.
Here's the deputy. Points. Now, as for what crime Don Lemon has been supposedly charged with, that's all still a little bit hazy, but it's been reported that one charge involves something called the FACE Act. Does anybody know what the FACE Act is?
Yeah, Don Lemon's face card does not decline. He is adorable. I'm sorry, smooth skin.
You got arrested for being a bad bitch?
It's when Donald Trump doesn't like your black face.
Decides to act.
Yeah, that's really it.
The FACE Act is a federal statute prohibiting use of force to anyone trying to access reproductive services, but it also contains provisions covering houses of worship.
And they are accusing Don Lemon of blocking people from going into a church.
Yeah, but if you're a journalist, you're covering people going into
the abortion
church.
clinic is located inside the church?
Do you get charged twice? No. My dog Don Lemon was released without bail, so you can save your free Don Lemon T-shirts. And I think that for everything that's going on in Minneapolis, I don't think there's anybody who can summate it better than the Minneapolis resident we saw at the top, the man with the frigid balls.
Wake up. Please watch what's happening here. I feel like we're performing CPR on what may already be a corpse called the Constitution.
That's the same guy who said, I'll be out here till my balls get cold?
Yep.
Layers, man.
Yep.
Man's got layers.
And may his balls be warm forever.
We'll be right back. If you want exclusive content, early access to videos, members-only shout-outs, and more, HIGNFY is offering a YouTube membership. Click the join below or head to our channel to become an exclusive member of our community now.